Happy Sunday, everybody. It's a nice, cool, crisp, sunny spring day here in South Carolina. And I've been reading through Ecclesiastes, and I've kind of talked about that before. It's a little challenging to get through as you read it. You know, on the surface, it seems like the writer's fairly cynical, about life and things. And but there's some nuggets in there that I particularly this one today, talking about a God-sized hole in our hearts. And I'm in Ecclesiastes 3, starting with verse 9. What do workers gain from their toil? I've seen the burden God has laid on the human race. He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. Yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. I know that there is nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat and drink and find satisfaction in all their toil. This is the gift of God. I know that everything God does will endure forever. Nothing can be added to it, and nothing can be taken from it. God does it so that people will fear him. There's a couple of verses I want to hone in on. And first off, he has made everything beautiful in its time, verse 11, which I'll look around now. I see, that's spring, and I see all the leaves. Now, I don't know where you live right now, but here in the South, as the warm weather starts moving up, all the trees are starting to bud now, and leaves are starting to pop out. So it's certainly, it's time. Beauty's coming. So tired of all the bare trees. But also the second part of this verse, he's also set eternity in the human heart. Now I was reading at some other places, somebody asked a question, what does that mean? And I like the larger context of what it's talking about. One person said, well, it's darkness, it's the ignorance that we can never, reach God's level of understanding. I like this other one. He says, and taken in the larger context, there's a series of contrasts, but he said that there's an eternal longing or a sense of eternity in the human heart, and basically that humans operate in a different way than other life forms, that we have a sense of eternity, that there's more to this, that there's more to this life, this sense that there's something more. And I think the problem these days is that people have that God-sized hole in their heart, that sense of eternity, that sense of hey, there's more out there, and they try to fill it with everything but God. And I've heard people say that before, that the only thing that can fill a God-sized heart is God. And when people go looking for other things and wanting to fill this hole in their heart, it creates problems, and it creates sometimes a little kookiness. You see some of the things that people try to fill that God-sized hole with, and I think God's put that on us, and a lot of Ecclesiastes it talks about that there's nothing better. Well, like in verse 12, I know that there's nothing better for people than to be happy and to do good while they live, that each of them may eat, drink, and find satisfaction in all their toil. To find satisfaction in your toil, like here's your purpose that God's laid on you, that God has for your life, and to find satisfaction in that work. And when we start going and looking for, well, I think I should be doing this, or I think I should be doing that, and it drives you nuts. And I've seen it drive people nuts, where they're like, well, I should be this, and well, it's like, but you are this, and to find satisfaction in that, and it all comes back to your heart, and having a thankful heart, and a satisfied heart, and I don't think, like I said before, I don't think there's anything wrong with ambition, but unchecked, unguided, unguided, I guess that's the best word, is aimless ambition, that I think I should do this outside of God's will, I mean, it can drive you nuts, and that God-sized hole and the emptiness just can drive you nutty. I think. But I just there's a movie years ago watched. Arnold Schwarzenegger. I was watching the documentary on him, and it kind of flashed back to his first big movie was Conan the Barbarian. There's, I can't believe the stretch I'm making here, but there's one scene where he just got through with some fight or something. He's sitting there, and all the people around him, and he's just sitting there, looking all Arnold like, and go, Conan, what is good? And he goes, to crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentations of their women. And then all the guys were like, ah! And I just, hey, look, that's what makes Conan happy, I guess. But that's his toil that he's happy with. But that's probably not something we should aspire to hear the lamentations of any women. But I think about that again, to pick through Ecclesiastes and to find these points, and this kind of a central theme as I've gone through it, where Solomon, it's attributed to Solomon, wrote that to go through life and to be satisfied with your work, to work, to be around family and food and celebrate that's a gift of God. And we start having problems. We start going looking to fill that God-sized hole in our heart with anything other than God and what God has planned for us. So anyway, I hope this was a blessing for you. Hope you have a great Sunday, and we'll see you next time. Take care.